Українське незалежне радіо.
Вітаю всіх слухачів Українського незалежного радіо. Сьогодні з вами Український Національний Музей, я його представник Ксенія Левченко і наш гість Muhammed Muheisen. Він фотограф, має 2 Пулітцерівські премії, фотографує для National Geographic. Також він засновник нідерландського фонду Everyday Refugees Foundation. Він його засновник і голова. І також дуже добрий друг нашого фотографа, нашої нової виставки Говарда Баффета. І сьогодні ми будемо розмовляти про виставку, яку Мухаммед з Говардом привозять до Українського Національного Музею. Хочу наголосити, що це перший раз в США, перший раз в Чикаго ми маємо цю виставку в нашому музеї, Український Національний Музей. Якщо хтось не пам'ятає, 2249 West Superior Street. Виставка буде тривати з 2 липня по 7 вересня. І виставка присвячена війні в Україні. Говард Баффет є фотографом і Мухаммед є його куратором. Зараз ми перемістимось на англійську мову, щоб нашому гостю було зручно. So, hello Muhammed,
Hi,
how are you
Kсenia.
doing today?
I'm very good, thank you. I kind of understood almost everything you said.
Yes, from my conversation with Muhammed, I understand he's more Ukrainian than a lot of people here, so he's really into Ukrainian culture and understands our mentality. So please tell us more about yourself first, so we get the picture.
Thank you. So, as you mentioned, I'm a 2-time Pulitzer Prize-winning photojournalist who has been for more than 2 decades traveling the world to document stories that matter. Stories of hope, courage, and resiliency. And in the middle of my way, I realized that there is more that I can do than being the messenger, which is bring an actual help for people who needs help. So this is when I founded the Dutch nonprofit Everyday Refugees Foundation, and my way went to Ukraine through my good friend Howard, and this is when I fell in love with Ukraine, with the people, with the culture, and I saw their pride, their resiliency, their right for freedom. And it became my mission to spread the word, travel the world, explain to people what's happening in Ukraine, and be the curator of Courage of a Nation photo exhibition by Howard Buffett.
That's brilliant, and I have to say it's hard not to fall in love with Ukraine.
Definitely. For me, what really surprised me, the first thing that I noticed in Ukraine is the hospitality, the resiliency, and the kindness of people to strangers. I mean, everybody looks at you that when the world abandoned us, you came here, so they welcome you, they open their arms to you. I spent a couple of weeks recently traveling across Ukraine. I went to Kharkiv, I went to Sumy, I went to Kherson, and I was moved by the hospitality of people who has nothing and they're willing to offer you everything. So there is no way not to fall in love with such community, with such country, such people.
Yes, and we are really proud of having that kind of community. And just on another note, I want to say that everything that our museum holds is because of our sponsors and donors. That's what you're talking about. Also, the generosity of Ukrainians, the hospitality. So I'd also like to thank our private donors, our sponsors, the Self-Reliance Foundation of Self-Reliance Federal Credit Union and Heritage Foundation of the First Security Federal Savings Bank. So they also support us a lot. And can you please tell me more about how the exhibit came to exist? Because I know that at first it launched in Ukraine, right?
Right.
Tell me more about that.
So let me tell you first about the person behind the images. So
Yes.
Howard Buffett is a philanthropist, a businessman, a former sheriff, but also he's a great visual storyteller. He's a photographer who April 2022, traveled to Ukraine to document what's happening there. And since then, he has been over 21 times traveling across Ukraine to document stories of people. So Courage of a Nation was born a couple of years ago. However, last year in December, we officially launched the exhibition at the Khanenko Museum in Kyiv, and recently traveled to Odessa at the Union Gallery. And for the first time ever, this exhibition is now traveling across Ukrainian railways. Ukrzaliznytsia, excuse me for my pronunciation.
Good, Укрзалізниця.
Ukrzaliznytsia. And now this traveling exhibition is set to travel all over Ukraine for people everywhere to see Courage of a Nation photo exhibition. You know, this exhibition is about the courageous women and men and elderly and children seen in the photograph, and it's about the courageous photographer who captured them. So Howard is not only a good friend of mine, but also he's a great visual storyteller. And when we wanted this exhibition to travel in the US, we decided to come to the right place, to the right home, the Ukrainian National Museum here in Chicago. The exhibition is about to be officially opened on the 2nd of July till the 7th of September, but then it's gonna stay another 9 months in downtown Chicago. So there is a lot of opportunities for people to come, visit the exhibition, learn from, and be inspired by the amazing heroes seen in the photographs. So Courage of a Nation is all about the courageous people seen in the photograph. It's about you, Ukrainians.
So you want to spread the word not only to Ukrainian community, but also to the people of America, to the Chicagoans, and all over the world, as I understand.
We want people to understand what's happening outside their doorsteps. We want them to realize that the Russian full-scale invasion is killing, destroying, is erasing, trying its best to erase identity, to erase cultures. And these photographs is just a reminder of part of the horror that's happening in Ukraine right now. We want everybody just to be more curious. We want to spread awareness, change stereotypes, and also raise the voice of the people seen in these photographs, because at the end of the day, these are not just pictures. These are voices, these are messages, and these are testimonies that years and years and years from today, people need to remember, learn, and be prepared. What's happening right now in Ukraine could happen anywhere else in the world, and these are a reminder of the everyday lives in Ukraine, what people has to go through, the courage, the resiliency, and the right of Ukrainians for their freedom.
Yeah. So that's I think how the name of the exhibit also were born, right? So the courage of the nation. That's a really important word for Ukrainian. In Ukrainian we call it Відвага, нації. So it sounds really good in both languages. So we thank you for that, for the correct. And I also wanted to point it out how much I love the logo of that's also Howard's photograph, right? Because for me it's exactly how Ukraine looks like. It not only represents the flag, it just represents the mood, how you feel in Ukraine. So
it's literally, 10 days ago I was in fields in Ukraine. You see this gold and yellow fields and the blue sky, and it's just incredible. I'll be honest with you, years ago I never imagined one day my heart will be in Ukraine, and as I was ignorant, there are many people also out there who don't realize what's happening right now there. So these photographs are the best testimonies for people. Just get curious, know what's happening, and do something about it. That's the most important part. Don't stay silent.
Yes.
Speak up.
That's important. I agree, and that's again, it's a good place to start, as I understand, to start in America, the Ukrainian National Museum, because we have people from all over the world, and then we can spread the word even more and more. And also, it is nice that you decided to start with our community.
Definitely.
And thank you for supporting us and everyone who is involved, even the Ukrainian Independent Radio. And thank you for having us here today. It's really important to be among Ukrainians. As I understand, you're also trying to involve as many Ukrainians as you can, so that everything stays in the community. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, for me, it's very important that this is your exhibition. This is your voice in the U.S. and in the whole world. I want you to get involved, be involved. I want this whole project to be managed and run by Ukrainians, because nobody can tell your story better than yourself. You know, after the museum here is going to go into a space downtown Chicago, I want everybody to feel that this is their exhibition. This is their fight. This is your right. These are your own stories from your homeland. I want you to visit and be curious and spread the word and get involved and do your best that the noise, the voice of this exhibition to echo every day. We don't want it just to be another exhibition that you slide. I want you to feel, concerned. And also, this exhibition is set to continue traveling across the U.S. So from Chicago to here to there. So it's not going to start and end here. This is just the beginning for a long-term exhibition until there is victory, there is freedom, there is right of peace for every Ukrainian. We're going to keep this exhibition running.
Oh, that's important. As our Zaluzhny said, we needed peace earlier. Now we need victory. So I agreed on that. So let's talk about more. So how do you want to present your exhibit? There will be a grand opening. Tell me more about that.
So definitely on the 2nd of July, we're going to have an official opening. Everybody is welcome to come by. I'm going to be staying around to speak to people, to explain to them more about the photographs. There is an amazing team run by you, Ksenia, that you're going to welcome everybody. This exhibition is available right now here for you all. Take the opportunity to come and tell everybody to come. These are very important stories that we want to immortalize. We don't want it just to be a couple of months and then everybody forgets about. So I'm here especially for this, to speak about photography, speak about the photograph, speak about Howard's work. Howard is an amazing human being. He has the biggest heart, and you're gonna see that in his photograph, how much he loves Ukraine, how much his heart is in Ukraine, and how much he's willing to do for Ukraine. And these photographs is just small testimonies of what he has seen while traveling throughout Ukraine.
Do you know if he has a specific picture that just I'd say his favorite or the most difficult one for him?
It's amazing. I promise you, every photograph has a personal story for Howard. I'm going to tell you a story.
Okay.
A couple of weeks ago, we were traveling across Ukraine, as I mentioned, and we were in a village near Sumy. And while we are following food distribution, a woman came and approached Howard, and she started in Ukraine, speaking in Ukraine, and somebody approached and started to translate it. She told him, "Thank you. You helped my son-in-law at the Superhuman Center."
Wow.
That her son-in-law was injured, and he was brought to Lviv, to the Superhuman Center, to be treated. Wow, we are in that part of the country. We meet the person from that part of the country and just approach Howard. And that was wow. And then 2 days after, we're in another part near Kherson. We go to a clinic, and there is this young soldier laying in bed. He tells Howard, "You took my photograph in in the frontier a few years ago. I'm like, oh my God. And Howard has the book. He opens the book and that guy's picture is in the book. So do you understand what I'm telling you here? Like, it's incredible. In every part of the country, this man has done his best to help, to support, to document stories, and people just recognize him. I told them, look, if Lady Gaga walks in Ukraine, nobody will recognize her. But you, my friend, wherever you walk, everybody will point at you. So that was, for me, it's an honor to be the curator of this very important exhibition by my friend Howard. It's very important. I mean, not so long ago, I was ignorant about what's happening. And it didn't happen today. It happened in 2014.
Yes.
But we didn't know. So now it's my chance to explain to people who doesn't know. And this exhibition is here for you. Come. Be inspired. Learn. Make a difference. Spread the word. And feel responsible to what's happening out there. Because it's not far away. What's happening in Ukraine could be happening anywhere else. That's the message that I want to share with everybody who's listening.
That's a good perspective, and I agree with you. And I see that Howard touched many lives in Ukraine, many souls. And as I understand, he is not just visiting, he's supporting Ukraine in every way. And the most important part for us is, again, he's a donor for many Ukrainian agricultural places.
Food security,
yes.
agriculture. You know, Howard is a farmer.
Yeah.
I mean, I was amazed when we stopped in some fields, and then he saw a farmer, and they both shook hands and stood together. You know, that's the only thing you can see from a farmer to a farmer. Right. They could speak the same language without speaking the language, you know, and that's simply Howard. Generous, kind, humble, a great storyteller. He's a good photographer. I'm a photographer, and while we were working together, I saw him capturing a moment. I was like, damn, I missed that picture. So yes, he's a man who has been deeply involved in Ukraine, supporting, as I mentioned, the Superhuman Center. Just an amazing center that rehabilitate people injured by the full-scale invasion. Farmers, you know, wherever you drive in the country, you can see Howard G. Buffett Foundation somewhere hanging around. That was amazing. He's very shy about it. He never likes to speak about it. You never even he want to have this logo of his foundation, but the people he donates to, they put it out there. It's incredible. I'm proud to call this man my friend. I'm proud to be the curator, and I'm proud to be here today speaking about these important stories.
Yeah. And we're happy that you speak about that if he's too shy to do that. So what is your idea on the exhibit as your curator? So you want, first of all, to tell that it can happen to anyone else. Is there anything else that you put in there? So any ideas?
I mean, I want people to spread the word, to speak to their friends, to speak to their neighbors, you know. Come and visit, come and learn, come and see. I mean, pictures speak thousands of words. So the pictures are right there. Come and just see a window of everyday lives of Ukrainians right now in Ukraine.
Yes.
It's impossible to close your eyes and turn your eyes from such reality. Just want people really to come and learn from it. I always say, close your eyes for a moment and imagine you are that woman or that man in the picture. How can you feel? And believe me, you can't even imagine it. It's difficult to imagine it. I visited basements for people who doesn't know what's a basement in the front line. It's like a shelter under the ground.
Yes.
Dark, hot, cold, lack the basic services. I've seen dozens of elderly people sitting down because there is endless bombing in Kherson, and simply naively you tell them, why don't you just leave? They say, no, this is our home, this is our town, we'd rather die here than leave it. So, and that for me something I want to share with the whole world. I want to tell them when he's 70 or 80 years old, should be on retirement, resting in peace, not being worried on a basement and a shelter under the ground. It's just difficult to explain that. So a photograph, one of these photographs people are going to see at the museum might speak volume by itself.
Yes, and it's good that this is expressive language, let's say. You don't have to speak Ukrainian or English. You just have to see and you have to actually look at it.
Photography is a universal language.
Yes, it is. So it's a good way of approaching people. I agree.
Definitely.
Even those who do not sometimes want to hear things. We have people like that, so...
I mean, trust me, at the end of the day, everybody is curious. Sometimes they need a bit of a push. And for me, this exhibition is kind of the extra push for people just to come close and learn and be inspired and spread the awareness, speak about it, speak the truth.
That sounds good. Yes, and we again want to repeat that the exhibit will run from the 2nd of July till the September 7th. You can come to the Ukrainian National Museum in Chicago on 2249 West Superior Street. Call us in advance if you want. Come, we are always open for you from Wednesday to Sunday from 11 till 4.
I'm going to be around in the coming couple of weeks, so I'm happy to welcome anybody there and talk to anybody and explain to anybody about the photographs and the circumstances of the photographs.
If anyone has questions for Howard or you, they can always address to you and you will pass the word, right?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, because I think people would like to share their feelings and their concerns about the exhibit. They will want to hear more from you and
I would love that. I know Howard would love to hear your thoughts, your opinions. So if anybody has any questions to Howard, any concern, any comments, please bring it my way through the radio and we can address it as soon as possible. Please go ahead.
That sounds really good. So all we can do is, again, repeat. Thank you so much for bringing the exhibit to our museum. I know that Chicago is a huge hub for Ukrainian diaspora. All Ukrainians eventually find their way here, so I think it's a really suitable place to start the exhibit. But again, we want to emphasize that exhibit will not end at the 7th of September. It will just move to a different location, which you will hear about later.
Definitely.
Yeah, but so keep in touch, and you will hear what is going on with the exhibit next. Again, the opening on the 2nd of July. And Muhammad's going to be there to answer all of the questions. Thank you so much, Independent Radio, for having us.
Thank you.
That was cool.
Thank you.
Маєте надійний вживаний автомобіль? Придбайте автомобіль своєї мрії. Ми надаємо безкоштовну гарантію 3 місяці або 3000 миль. Більше ніж 100 автомобілів в наявності. Найкращі ціни. Будьте впевнені в своєму виборі. Оформіть заявку зараз та отримайте своє авто.
Ви втомилися жити на ренті і постійно змінювати житло? Вихід є. Придбайте свій власний будинок чи квартиру. Не впевнені й вагаєтесь? Повірте, ваші сумніви зникнуть миттєво, якщо ви будете мати справу з командою Любомира Левченко. Вони працюють блискуче на ринку нерухомості і фінансування, подбають про вас заздалегідь і створять найсприятливіші умови для вашої позики. До речі, якщо ви приїхали по програмі U4U, це не перешкода, щоб придбати власне житло, а чудова можливість заощадити кошти і жити у власній квартирі. А для тих, хто віддає перевагу штату Флорида чи Вісконсин, планує купити нерухомість для інвестицій, все це входить у широкий спектр послуг від висококваліфікованих спеціалістів команди Любомира Левченко. Телефонуйте 844-876-4663.
Solutions Financial Mortgage Company, NMLS ID 267469, an equal housing lender and an Illinois residential mortgage licensee.
До уваги громадян України, які прилетіли у Сполучені Штати Америки за програмою U4U. Асоціація «Самопоміч». Допомагаємо з оформленням документів для отримання Social Security Number, дозволу на роботу, медичного страхування, соціальної допомоги та TPS. Також проводимо курси англійської мови, допомагаємо з пошуком роботи та консультуємо з інших питань. Усі послуги безкоштовні. Наші локації: 2456 West Chicago Avenue в Чикаго, Камберленд, Палатайн, Уілінг, Пейлос Парк, Блуміндейл. Телефонуйте 773-692-1010. 773-692-1010. Асоціація «Самопоміч». Ми працюємо, щоб вам допомогти.
Українське незалежне.